Hey Lean fans, today's the day we're going to wander around the factory and we're going to stay focused on value-added activity versus non-value added activity and trying to really show you the difference between the two and where the big opportunity for improvement lies. So come with me, let's do it. So here's the painful part. We're gonna watch all this non-value added activity. No value, no value, no value. Blowing things off, no value, no value. Hanging up the air gun, no value, no value. Reaching to pick up the gun, no value. The value starts. When the paint comes out of the gun, the value starts. We're adding value. You can see we're adding value with an automatic turntable too. Best invention ever. Anyway, value added, value added, value added. So long as we're painting, it's value added. The minute the paint stops coming out of the gun, we stop adding value. So get ready for it. Soon as we're there, and no value, no value, no value, no value, no value picking up, no value setting down, no value reaching for the next one, no value setting it down. All of those steps, wasted motion, no value, blowing off, no value, no value, no value, no value. And finally, we reach for the gun, no value and value. So you can see, that's so cool. You can see where the value is being added and where it's not. All right, come with me. Let's check out sanding. So here's a typical sanding process for us. Removing press blocks, no value, no value, no value, no value. Picking up the door, no value. Bringing it over to his workstation, no value. Reaching for the flashlight, no value. Actually inspecting this door for any glue squeeze out with a UV light, no value. We got to do it, but we don't want to. No value. Value. That's where the value starts. The minute the sander touches the edge of the door, there's value being added. Everything else outside of that is no value added. So he's adding value now, adding value, value added, no value, no value, value added, value added. So even those microscopic seconds he's stopping, the value stops and then is added again. The value is being added. Setting down the sander, picking up another one, no value. Now the value is being added. So remember, it's not until the part is changing shape or the tool is touching the actual workpiece that value is being added. Turning the door, no value added, but sanding again, value added, value added, no value, value added, value added, value added, value added. Setting down the sander, no value. Reaching, no value. Sanding, value, value being added, value being added, value being added, no value, value, no value, value. So no value added. Moving the part into the next process, no value added, no value. And after each part, you can tell our operators are pushing the timer so they can tell whether they're on track or off track for the day. Super helpful. All right, trick question for you. This fellow's Brian. Say hi, Brian. Without Brian, the whole place comes to a screaming halt. He does all of our engineering and all of our CNC programming. Despite the fact that the shop will stop instantly if he stops working, poor Brian is 100% no value added. See, no value added. What are these two guys doing? Let's take a look at a CNC changeover. No value added, no value added, no value added. Taking parts off of the machine, no value added, no value added. Heading over to the computer to load up the next program, still no value added. We have to do it, but it's not adding value to the customer. No parts are changing shape. No products are getting closer to being finished goods by loading a program into a computer, nor by what this guy is doing, blowing off the table or fetching the next sheet of material or picking up things off the floor. This is all non-value added activity. Bringing the sheet over to the machine, no value added, no value added, no value added, no value added, no value added. Pushing start, no value added. I think the machine's starting off with a tool change, which also no value added, no value added. The value does not start getting added right up until the moment that that router bit touches the wood and starts making dust. That's where there's value. Anything outside of that, non-value added. Here's a good one. Labeling parts, labeling anything. It's no value added. Necessary, but no value. What do?
I check over the doors, make sure that everything is to the specs as what the customer wants.
Are you value added or no value added?
No value added. My job has no value.
Let's take a quick look at a primer sanding operation. Anything that is happening that is not sandpaper touching the paint is non-value added. So all of this carrying, non-value added, non-value added. Inspecting the door, non-value added. Value being added, value being added, value added, value added. No value, no value, value. So anytime that you're just looking at something, moving something, inspecting something, even this loading of our sanding robot, no value added, no value added, no value added. In the case of an automated process, we can even watch this for a sec. No values being added, no value. Well, the machine measures something, no value, no value, no value. It's not until the machine has sandpaper touching the paint, value added, value added, value added. Now, the operator should be here adding value while the robot is adding value. So effectively, we've just doubled the speed of our primer sanding thanks to some automation. However, the robot as well as the human can have non-value added activity. So as you can see, the non-value added component is always so much more significant than the value added component. So when you're making improvements, maybe don't worry so much about the value added part. It's such a small sliver. Focus on all of the stuff going on around it. All of the moving, shuffling, picking up, setting down, looking for tools, moving parts from one department to another. There is so much more benefit to be gained there than in actually just making the task faster. So, go get them, Lean fans. Let's do this.